Alright guys, I'm going to show you something a little bit fancy now. Something I've been playing around with. I'm certainly no expert at this position. Saw it the guy called Paul Schreiner, who's the head coach at Marcelo Garcia's. He has a great DVD on Jiu-Jitsu on half guard, and he goes into a lot of details on this Jedi mind trick. And it's quite a cool position. Again, something I'm definitely not an expert in, but I'll attempt to show you how it works. Alright, so one of the most common ways, if somebody does get you've got this deep underhook here. Now, again, it's really easy to start sweeping Marcus with this knee bump. So what a lot of good guys will do is start to switch their base. Now, you have to, as a half guard player in a knee cut, you have to be aware of that. And this Jedi mind trick only works if I can stop Marcus's hips from getting to the other side. We're going to have a look at a couple of techniques if Marcus does get his hips to the other side. But this technique relies on me keeping really tight with my underhook so that Marcus can't actually bring his hips to the other side. Okay? So we've got our deep underhook. I'm keeping my elbow, I'm just going to turn around here. Keeping the elbow really tight here. Okay, so there's a kind of a wall as Marcus tries to backstep here. There's a wall that stops his hips from getting to the other side. Okay, we might keep this angle just to show you some of the leg work. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to keep this really tight. As Marcus tries to backstep, I'm going to let go of my feet and I'm going to force his hips to this side by giving him a shrug. Okay, so I unlock my feet and I force Marcus's hips to this side. Okay, now this bottom hook it actually comes in here, like this. And we're going to go into like a leg drag position, okay? So this bottom foot is going to come up. I'm going to drive my hand in, and we're actually going to come up into a leg drag position. And then we've got our leg drag passes from there. There's one other component to this, apart from stopping Marcus's hips, it's getting your head out. And this is the thing that I struggled with when I started trying to learn this technique, was as Marcus, I could get the hips down and Marcus would hug my head and I would get stuck. So for this technique to work, you actually have to stay on this side and I have to actually extend my back this way to get out. And now I have Marcus's back exposed. We'll have a look at a little back take from here, but often if Marcus is still trying to backstep here, I can switch and I can force his legs down. This hook is coming in. I grab the collar, use my right leg to come into our leg drag. Okay. So when we're on this, we're on our hip here. The mistake that I was making as Marcus would move over, I'd sort of follow him this way. And the key to making this work is you have to stay on the same hip, and then you have to just move your back to get your head out of the way. Okay, so Marcus tries to backstep, and now I'm moving my head out the way. Now I'll just move around this way, Marcus. You can see what my legs are doing. So I've actually unlocked my legs, and then this hook is going to come underneath Marcus's leg, and I use it, I sort of bounce him into position here. Okay, this hand comes across, grabs the collar, I keep this up so Marcus can't come up. We're going to come into our leg drag position and then we've got our ways to secure side control from there. Another possibly even simpler technique from here, but still relies on that same thing, getting the hips to this side and moving your head out the way, is just literally to catch Marcus's leg as he tries to backstep. So I'm just going to lift here, okay? Now if I can just push Marcus's hips down, he literally just falls into my back control there. Okay? Now this one just requires a little bit more timing, catching Marcus's legs, so you've got to be ready for it. Keep him tight. Here, my head comes out, and then we're in back control here. From there. We'll do that one time, one more at speed. So I've got the big underhook. Puss.